What's up, everybody? Chris Wild here with another video. This reaction to the Eagles' loss yesterday, 27-24 against the Detroit Lions. I want to real quick give my opinions on why they've lost, not just yesterday, the past two weeks. And the reason for me is the loss of Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey as wide receivers are absolutely the reason why we have lost the past couple weeks. You can blame a lot of different things. Our defense has been really bad, no pass rush, bad secondary. However, the past 2 weeks, the game has come down to the last possession. In Atlanta, Nelson Aguilar drops a game winner yesterday, and hopefully my tech guy will put up a picture. I'm going to keep it up as long as this video goes, because this is what's wrong. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside drops a game winner yesterday from Carson Wentz. This is absolutely the reason. Yesterday, 7 drops by our wide receivers. I mean, these guys are dropping some big-time balls, some big plays. The quarterback's losing confidence in the wide receivers. The coaches do not want to run Jordan Howard, the best runner that you have, a Pro Bowl runner, a 1,000-yard rusher, a guy who literally is just bowling guys over. We saw that yesterday. It seems like if he doesn't have carries that he's getting 7 or 8 yards per carry, Doug Peterson is just taking him right out of the game. You got to let this guy roll, man. You have to actually let him roll. But with these two guys, with Alshon and Deshaun in the game, it makes the offense different. The defense has to play us different. And right now, nothing scares them. Our run game doesn't scare them. Our passing game definitely doesn't scare them. We did everything in our power yesterday to lose that game. Everything. Special teams lets up 7 points, 100-yard kick return. The secondary is letting guys run wide open. We hit Stafford 3 times, didn't sack him at all. Only 2 sacks on the season, which is ridiculous considering I watched the game the Jacksonville Jaguars had on Thursday where they had 9 sacks in one game. It's just mind-numbing. It's frustrating. Normally after a loss, I'm really pissed off and I do an instant reaction video. I just didn't know how to feel yesterday. I really didn't, because I watched a guy in Carson Wentz who just battled, who had 2 more tackles than Fletcher Cox, who ran the ball himself. He was a warrior. He built his team to win, and they just didn't come through for him, just like they did in Atlanta. And that's not me just being a Wentz stan. It's just the facts, man. I mean, he's the reason why we've been in these games. I said to my dad yesterday during halftime, I said, the way this is going, Lions are going to blow us out. But they didn't. The defense at times tightened up, and then, Carson did what he did to get us to where we were, man. He overcame Nelson Aguilar dropping a ball when no one touches him. It's unbelievable for a wide receiver making over $9 million a year for that to happen. I've never seen it. Miles Sanders fumbles the ball twice. It's picked up by the other team once. I mean, they had short. That's why, again, I could blame the defense for Atlanta. I could blame them for yesterday because they've been horrible, a lot worse than we thought they were going to be. We thought they were going to be bad, or not great, but we didn't expect them to be this bad. And a lot has to do with Malik Jackson going out and Timmy Jernigan. I understand. And then Kamu Grugier-Hill not being in there for linebackers. But they've just been bad. The cornerbacks are horrible. Rasul's been the best one out of all of them. Sidney Jones is average. And Ron Darby, I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he left the game with 3rd-degree burns. That's how bad it was getting yesterday. Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod seem to be the only guys that are able of doing anything. And, I mean, Malcolm Jenkins, you can't say enough about him on that big special teams play, that big block, and that he had some awesome deflections out there for the defense as well. So I could blame them, but we've been in every game. The past 2 games have come down to the last possession, and it's wide receiver drops. I mean, people want to blame Carson for holding on the ball too long. If he throws the ball away every time, or if he throws the ball away when his receivers are covered, he's going to be throwing the ball away every time. He's got to run around. He's got to wait for guys to get open. He's got to make things happen. And this is when you have Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson out of the game. Now, this coming game against Green Bay, just 3 days away, 4 days away it is. Hopefully we get Alshon back. That changes the dynamic a little bit. Hopefully Doug Peterson, somebody knocks him on the head and says, hey, you got a guy in Jordan Howard right here. Let him get his rhythm in. Then go Darren Sproles. Then go Miles Sanders. I'm not saying Miles Sanders is horrible. He's a rookie, and you're putting so much pressure on this kid to be a number 1 guy, and he's just not right now. Not saying he won't be, but he's not right now. You have that guy you traded for him. His name's Jordan Howard. Let him do his thing. Screen the ball out to Darren Sproles. This is all Monday morning quarterback. I've never coached a football team. I mean, I don't know, but this is just me from what I've watched for all these years saying. It's just how I feel. I mean, we have this coming game already marked as an L, most of us fans, 1-3. The positive is we haven't lost a division game yet. So as long as we can beat the Cowboys, the Redskins, and the Giants, we should be okay. But we've got to get it started. Let's get some positive, even if it is an L Thursday. Let some positivity come out of it. I don't want to get rolled by this team. And if you give Aaron Rodgers the time that you gave Matt Stafford, Case Keenum, and Matt Ryan, he's going to absolutely roll you. The Packers have a great young defense. They are going to make you turn the ball over. So you got to get it together, and you got it together. Get it together quickly. Doug, Mike Rowe, I mean, if it keeps going like this, I'm going to be doing a video talking about how Frank Reich and John DeFilippo, were one of the reasons why 2017 happened. And while I bring that up, and I want to close with this, we talk about the 2017 team all the time. Let me ask you, and this goes back to my reasoning why we've lost the last two games. If you take away Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith, then we'll add in Trey Burton because Dallas Goedert hasn't been 100% and missed last game. What happens to that team? What happens to that team? Do they go on the run that they went in? Do they make the Super Bowl if you take those guys away? I don't think so. I think you're looking at much of the same as you're looking now. But if the Eagles don't shore stuff up, again, these coaches are going to be in the hot seat for me. I'm Chris Wild. Hopefully this wasn't too long. Again, we face Green Bay. I'll do a little preview video hopefully on Wednesday about that. And I'm feeling like everybody's feeling right now. We're all kind of down on this. But as like Reese said earlier, I think we're going to be all right. I really think we're going to be all right once we get these guys back, man. Keep the faith. Keep hope alive. Hit like and subscribe. That sounds like a good t-shirt. And let's get this thing going. Go Birds. See you guys in a couple days.